Second fight on the prelims, we got a featherweight matchup between Pat Sabatini versus Jamal Emmers. Pat Sabatini comes in at 14-3, is the plus 125 underdog, whereas Jamal Emmers comes in at 18-5 and is the minus 150 favorite. Pat Sabatini is fighting out of Pennsylvania. He's 30 years old, 146 pounds. He's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, and he fights out of NPR Endurance MMA and Renzo Gracie Philly Gym. Whereas Jamal Emmers fights out of Redlands, California. He's 32 years old, 146 pounds, 5'10" with a 74-inch reach, and he fights out of Pinnacle MMA. With this matchup, Pat Sabatini is a wrestle-based fighter who likes to dip when he's ready to throw strikes. He likes to throw the ones and twos or the counter strikes, and always focuses his game plan around getting his opponents to the mat. He tries to hide his takedowns by also dipping when he's going for them. He attempts both of his takedowns in the clinch, but does have a great blast double leg takedown and tends to go for it when he can time his opponent's striking. When on top guard, Pat has really good transition and is always looking for submissions. He doesn't mind being on his back if he has to be, and he's very fluid with his movement on the mat and with his wrestling. Whereas Jamal Emmers is a confident striker who likes to move forward and pressure his opponents. He likes to throw one and twos and use the naked snap and jab. He constantly leaves his chin in the air when he's entering and leaving striking range. He throws a bunch of naked leg kicks and favors the switch body kick, and he usually doesn't set them up, but they are always efficient. He likes to throw knees a bunch in the clinch. Emmers has a very good takedown defense and tends to use a wizard to defend them. Whenever he goes for takedowns, he uses a blast double leg takedown or reactive double. He has very good jiu-jitsu, but needs to improve his fight IQ. I think this fight is going to be one of the most interesting on the prelims, just for the fact that both of the guys have good wrestling backgrounds. But I think Pat Sabatini is just a little bit better. And then Emmers is really good on his feet, whereas Sabatini uses a lot of his striking to set up his takedowns and his wrestling. I think the key for Pat Sabatini is knowing that Jamal Emmers is pretty good with his takedowns. He has to get creative with them. He can't just basically telegraph what he's doing. He has to use like the strike and get inside, throw a couple of the overhand rights and striking, and then just use that to set up the wrestling takedowns in this one. I think a double leg takedown is going to be pretty good in this matchup because you won't be able to sprawl or use the wrist very well just to defend it because if you're going for one, it's a lot more chances to do it that way. But with the double leg, you kind of use your weight, and I feel like that's going to be the key to Pat Sabatini is to get that double leg takedown on the fence. He wants to try and pressure Emmers on the fence, get him down that way, and then once he's on the ground, that's going to favor Sabatini. But with Emmers being a better striker, I feel like he's going to be able to do the work on the feet, move around, hit him with the snap and jab, hit him with the leg kicks. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to the third round. I think it's going to be tied 1-1, and I feel like Pat Sabatini will be able to get that takedown at the right time in the third round, control him on the ground, go for a submission. And with this one, I got Pat Sabatini by third round submission. I feel like he'll be able to get the rear naked choke. He's not big on the submissions like other guys are, but I think he'll be able to get it because Emmers is going to want to get up and get the fight to the feet. So maybe he gives his back up, and then Sabatini will be able to lock in the rear naked chokes. So for this one, I got Pat Sabatini by third round submission.